All right, hello guys. Good evening. Welcome to round 3 of the GR86 Cup. I'm Keanu Dominado, and with me tonight is Luis Moreno. All right, so glad to, and it's an honor, and I'm glad to have you here, Luis. Grabe, and I think this is the first time we'll be ever commentating with each other. Right. So, yeah, I guess we're all familiar with the card we're going to be using for this one, a GR86, and I believe the track, you know about the track more than I do. Circuit Assen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, not a good trade. So ignore it.
Oh, can't wait to see it actually. So, shall we get in the action for the amateurs? I believe they are qualifying right now with 2 minutes remaining. Without further ado, let's get on it. Right. Right. Oh, okay, sorry. Thank you. Thank you for telling me.
Things, although
I fix that.
there you go.
I check.
Mic check, Luis.
Mic check, mic check.
Right.
Goods now?
All right, can you hear it
Good.
now?
Alright.
Can you hear the race now?
Yep, I can hear the race. I
Okay.
mean, here on my screen, but I don't
Okay,
know
okay.
the viewers. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
By the way, Earl Brady, are you there?
Hello, yes, I am here.
Yes.
Welcome to round 3 of Sim Racing PH GR86 on Assetto Corsa. And I hope you guys will enjoy the races for tonight. We have the pro and amateur class. And then what else to say? So I just want to thank all the now the sponsors who are involved Wait,
Go ahead.
nasan na ba yung Código natin? Where's our Código? Where is our Código? I cannot see my Código. Oh my gosh, wait. Anyway, thank you to Parts Pro Racing, Tribunarch Motorsports, who else? Where's the logo? I forgot. Anyway, later we will discuss all the logo, the sponsors. So again, just enjoy the races.
Alright, thank you very much. That was Daryl Brady, everyone, our host and organizer for tonight's race. So, Luis, the fastest time is by Miko Palapus at 1:45.602.
Yep, that's a good time. Everyone's right at this point pretty much wrapping up their qualifying times, trying to like make the last dash because the qualifying session is over. But I believe we still have a few drivers out there who have yet to take the checkered flag. But as of the moment, it's Miko Palapus with a 1:45.602 provisional pole position, followed by Ogura with a 1:45.8. So he has managed to extend his gap for P1. Earlier they were like less than a tenth of each other, but now they were able to like get their groove on and make their best laps for the qualifying session. So just waiting for a few more drivers, just two more to have yet to take the checkered flag. We have Ang and Exoni who have yet to cross the timing line. And
Hey, check out this car,
Yeah.
Luis. Does this car bring back any memories for you?
oh man, you gotta love the days of Gran Turismo 2 and all of the Castrol liveries from the Supra to the NSX, and actually you can even put them on, I think, in Gran Turismo 2 rather, you can't put them, but the game actually gives you the skin. But nowadays, with the help of cloud computing and modern sharing technologies, you can actually put any of these Castrol inspired logos on any car, even say a Nissan or a Dodge.
Man, I'm just
Not to
glad it's
mention-
repurposed for cars like
Yeah.
this, man.
Yep, but the Castrol livery is really more onto the Toyota cars because you gotta, really reminds us of the 1997-1996 Castrol Tom Supra, which ended the GTR's winning streak back in the mid-90s.
Those were good times, man.
Alright. Are we still on qualifying? Yeah, I think we're still here.
Yeah, I think Kyle Ang may have had a bug on the transponder. We saw him cross the line already, but it's shows on the timing screen that he's still on a flying lap. Not sure what happened, but I'd say a transponder issue.
He's a registered driver, isn't he?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. Because this server, as far as I know, if you're not registered, you won't be able to join in the first place.
There he is.
Yeah, there
He's
he is. Yeah,
he's
looks like-
parking on the.
Looks
Oh,
like he's calling. Oh, there we go.
okay.
So
There we go.
we are going into the race shortly. Now, a thing about this track, the TT Circuit Asset, is that they've changed a lot of the track in the mid-2000s, as I mentioned earlier. The first corner is actually, I believe, a 90-degree right-hander, if I'm looking at the track map correctly. No, it's not really a 90 degrees, but it's still a tight right-hander. So we can expect some first lap brave moves, but hopefully nothing too major that would cause a big mess at the end of the first corner.
And I'm just hoping to see a lot of drivers redeem themselves for this track, because I believe every race has its different what do you call this? Incidents or happenings or breakthroughs
Not-
rather.
Absolutely, but not just that. Every driver has his own preference in the flow of the circuit. Like some want a technical low-speed circuit or a street circuit. Others like a wide traditional circuit, like most of the Formula One tracks, and this one included. So it really depends on the driver's style. Like I during the GR Cup, I kind of like had my groove on the Tokyo Expressway races, and I kind of struggled in the Mount Panorama track. So there's that. So it depends up into the drivers now. Also, not to let's not forget that the series has a success balance. So we have we have quite a balanced grid on this race.
Right. And as we move ourselves to the race right here, they're all bunched up now, ready to take off. Daryl Brady and I are not counted. We're just we're in the server so we can monitor the race. So if you're
Yes.
thinking why Daryl Brady and Keanu Dominado's name are there, we are not racing, guys. We're just here to monitor the race and to stream it. Right?
Yes. And then please note that this is not a rolling rolling start anymore. This is a standing start.
This is a standing Okay.
This will be more interesting.
Do we see burnouts happening here? I hope not. Let's see.
Probably not, because I believe these cars you can adjust the traction control. I remember the test race, there's an option for the traction control, I believe. So
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
standing starts may not be that much of a problem, but it's up to the drivers if they want to utilize traction control or
I
not.
see. Huh, interesting. I guess
Final
there's only
commands, I
one level for traction control here, right?
Yes, it's only one. It's
One.
basically 0 or 1, off or on,
I
just
see.
like a computer.
Not like ACC where you have like 8 different levels, right?
Sometimes even 11.
What?
Yep.
Oh.
I believe some cars have like 11 levels of traction control. Or
Like
was it
Porsches?
fuel map? I'm not sure. Yeah, Porsches have not just 11 levels, but you have like this layer, like you have TC1 and then TC2. Oh, here we go. Looks like they're starting to rev.
There we go.
Race is about to begin shortly. Or maybe not. Maybe someone's just doing
Ah,
something.
there we go. Lights are about
There
to
we
turn.
go.
All right, here we go, man.
The 6 red lights are illuminating. And it's green, 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 green.
There we
Camera,
go.
okay.
There we go.
Miko Palapus already making a defensive move coming into the first corner. Let's hope these drivers take the first corner.
Oh,
Whoa,
Masa Ogura,
on the
off track.
outside, but he's going off track limits. That's going to be something to note for the stewards. And I just noticed, wait,
what
up
the-
back behind, who was that?
Kyle Sanchez
has a
taken
little
out of the
bit,
track.
I think he got hit by someone at the back. May want to see the replay of that later on, or stewards review that later. But it looks like generally a clean start for the most part of the race. I think maybe cars a little bit bunched up there, but thankfully not much of a big mess, unlike in previous races. So we are now on the past middle section of the track. We got sweeping corners. We are currently riding with Dom. Not
this
sure if
is-
it's Dominic Toretto.
This is Dom Di
Oh, a
Caico
little-
from Team
a little
Cachao.
A little bit of a hit there by I think that's Lightning McQueen or Julio Jr. But he had the corner, so that should be good on him. I think the drivers are still like trying to get grips.
Oh, whoa. Did it-
Oh, nice save there. That was Panlaki. Almost losing it at the exit of that section. I think the tires are still cold up until this point. They're not really that much high-speed corners where the tires are stressed enough to be heated. But yeah, so far generally a good clean start for everyone here. Good job to everybody.
And one thing nice to watch here is Earl Cahilig right here. It's maintaining P5. He qualified at P3 earlier, but Manuel De Parine managed to get the inside in one corner, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was quite a battle fest in the first corner. We didn't exactly get to see all of the angles in the first corner, how the drivers got through, but I also noticed that the first corner.
Oh, no!
Whoa. Looks like
Little
somebody
oversteer there.
Oversteer there. That's, I believe, Diparini in the number 618 car. Looks like maybe steered in too much in the corners. I mean, I remember test driving these cars. They're not as easy to drive as you would look, because we have the GT4 cars in GT7, GT Sport, and iRacing to compare, and the one here in Assetto Corsa really have to have a finesse on the steering Like you can't steer too much. Otherwise, if you rush the steering or you steer a tad bit too much, it will punish you for like having too much input on the car. You really have to be gentle. Just have the right amount of steering and throttle input, because if you're like aggressive on your inputs, it will really punish you on this track, particularly on the first 3 corners, which are very tight, or quite tight. And as we see, somebody, a Cheese Mina, looks like kind of cut the track a little there, but ended up losing it because you touched the grass. You're actually losing grip on those tires.
Man, talk about John Lawrence Bernardo chasing down John Emmanuel Ramos and JP Along for P8.
Yeah, slow and steady sometimes wins the race. Like he's just taking it easy. It's still quite a long way of the race to go. 11 minutes, 17 seconds remaining. Trying to take his time, wait for that right clean opportunity to make a move on the cars ahead. Because the last thing you want is to be aggressive on your moves and hit someone ahead. You don't get a clean overtake and end up having a inquiry by the stewards, only to have you lose positions later on. As we are in the tight section again, this is where the drivers have this finesse in the steering, and so far they're all doing it clean.
Oh man, JP Along really sizing up John Emmanuel Ramos on the inside. Give it! Yes, he can!
Yep, he's got momentum coming out of that hairpin. Nice move there by JP. But it's not over yet, because they're going side by side on this high-speed section. Will they be able to make it stick? Looks like John Ramos is going to have the outside light coming into this corner. JP's on the inside right now, but the next corner is the right-hand corner. John Ramos is going to be inside. He takes back P7.
Oh, denied by Along. John Lawrence Bernardo's overtake. Denied.
Yeah. John Lawrence Bernardo just getting ready to pounce while these guys are battling. You really have to be careful of your decision making right here. Anything can happen.
Oh, we got contact from Chizuru Minamoto.
He's hit by Cheese.
Oh no, that is not gonna be pleasant. He's gonna be pissed for that.
Yeah, and
he's gotta get back.
That's going to go to the stewards later on, surely. And we got that on tape as well. Looks like that's on Cheese, because Cheese was nowhere alongside John Lawrence Bernardo in that corner, but he still ended up clipping John Lawrence. That's a big loss for John Lawrence.
I hope he's okay though.
P7 down to P16, but still a long race. Just have to keep your head down. And
anything can happen.
That's right. Anything can happen. It ain't over until it's over.
And check out the grid we have on top here, Luis. Battle for P1.
Wow,
Masatsune Ogura versus Miko Palapus for P1.
This is interesting. Looks like one driver has to manage probably their tires, because these guys are the fastest in this class, and we know Palapus has one of the fastest paces so far in this race, but we've seen Ogura with some potential, especially I recall from the test races. He is a decent driver without a doubt, and this track, especially this section right here, with their level of driving, it's going to put a lot of stress on those front tires. So you really want to manage their temperatures, manage the tire life, because still have 8 minutes remaining in this race, but that 8 minutes can be long enough for those tires to be stressed. If you overcook those tires, you'll actually lose that grip efficiency, and you might end up losing that overall pace.
Right. And I can actually feel the understeer from Masa Ogura on P2 there, Luis. I guess he's really trying out aggressive lines just to keep up with Miko Palapus right there.
Hard to tell without the telemetry, because maybe he's also pacing himself, keeping those tires as cool as possible, because here in the original Assetto Corsa, if you have those tire temperatures too high, you're actually not getting the best grip.
I see.
That's how it works. That's how it works on at least for its tire model. It's not like in ACC where you have to keep an eye on your tire pressures. This one, you just have to keep an eye out on your tire temperatures instead, because if you go too hot or too cold, you won't get the optimal grip. And from what I've noticed, Ogura is killing it on the high speed sections, particularly on the last chicane, whereas Miko Palapos seems to have the edge on the middle section coming up right here, like on the high-speed basic corners, the straightforward corners, but Ogura seems to have the edge on the chicane. But here we are, looks like Ogura's having a slipstream over Miko Palapos. Looks like he is really putting on the pressure on Miko right about now.
Oh man, the gap is now at 0.3 there, Luis. Whatever Masa Ogura is pulling up from right now, it's actually working, but I wonder how Miko Palapos will defend his line, and he's switching from a conservative line from an aggressive line from right now.
It's all about pacing and just waiting for that right moment, the pressure, and looks like Ogura has a cleaner entry there, but it looks like he didn't really get to
Nicely
exit
done
that
there.
well. But wow, looks like he's very close. It seems Palapos is starting to feel a little bit of a pressure. I saw him go a little bit wide on that corner, and here we are in the back straight, coming into this will lead up to the last chicane.
Oh,
Looks
there
like
it is,
Ogura's
there he
on
is.
the move. It's going
Another
to the
attempt.
outside already. And if he holds this, if he keeps the inside line coming into
Oh,
the
it's
hairpin,
gonna
he's
be
going to
wide.
take
It's
the
gonna be
lead.
wide.
Going to go for the outside, still side by side.
Oh, it goes
little bit-
outside a bit. Not enough
goes
power
outside.
there.
It's going to have to let it go for a while. But this is where Ogura is strong into the chicanes.
Oh.
Looks like it's got momentum. It's going to have
They're
to
side
try
by
to the
side.
outside. Coming to the turn one. Coming to turn one, Ogura has the outside. Miko Palapos is on the inside. Who's
And
going
Ogura
to keep
takes
him?
P1.
Ogura takes the lead. Nicely done there. Wow, what a race between these two. And just like what I said earlier, it's all about pacing. I think, I'm not sure if Miko Palapos has stretched his tires too much or overstressed his tires. Now Ogura's in the lead, but looks like Miko's not giving up without a fight. He now has a slipstream coming into the back straight. Will he make a move on the next technical section of this track?
Man, I wonder what lines are gonna pull off now. But check out it's from this view right here. Masa Ogura is actually pulling away there, Luis.
Looks like he's just like managing his tires at the moment. A little bit too much braking there by Ogura, but it looks like he's trying to like balance his apex speed, average speed around the corners, because looking at Miko Palapos, just like that, it looks like he overcooked the corner right there, so that compromises exit speed, whereas Ogura is just maximizing the entire track, but at the same time keeping his tires in check. We are now on the next high-speed section of the track. Miko Palapos on the slipstream of Ogura. And I should note that during the test race, the slipstream of these cars are quite powerful. More powerful than, let's say, something from iRacing or even GT7. Like you could just tuck in behind the car and just let the slipstream do the work. And Ogura, he lost a little bit of momentum
not much.
there on the chicane. Now is Miko Palapos is going to try and do the same
Will he
move
try to
that
take it
Ogura
back?
but Ogura still keeping it glued on the inside line there. Maintains P1 as Miko Palapos has to go a little bit away from track limits there. But it looks like there's a switcheroo here. Miko Palapos is going to be having the inside line coming in this multiples apex corner right here. But looks like he didn't get to stick it as good as Ogura did. Looks like Ogura's tires are in like optimal condition at the moment. Maybe Miko Palapos has really used too much more of those tires, because I think he's struggling on that medium speed section coming into the hairpin, and I think it's all about tire grip on that part. Ogura is pulling away slowly but steadily. It looks like Miko Palapos, of course, is not giving up without a fight. We still have 3 minutes remaining in this race. And let's see, a little bit of
We have a battle right here happening between Leo Odulio Jr. and Joel Kelly Mabao for P11.
It looks like it's just between the two of them at the moment. But
And Odulio takes P11.
I'm not sure what's happening with who's in number the 12 car, Kelly Mabao. Looks like looks like the timing sheets are bugged. Couldn't exactly see the name, but not sure why. Maybe they had a contact earlier. That was too slow of it's Kelly Mabao. Looks like he may have had a contact with Odulio earlier. He had to give it on the straight. That's why maybe he had to slow down there. Not sure if they had an incident earlier, so they're going to have to race again with 2 minutes remaining in the race.
That's right. Peli Curl Kahilig dropped down to P15. I believe some contact with some of the drivers for this one. Not sure.
And we can see John Lawrence Bernardo seems to have recovered from P16 up onto P30 now. Looks like he has taken 3 cars and still has 2 minutes to go. Probably 2 more laps remaining, depending on where the leader is. But let's see if John Lawrence Bernardo can catch up on Kelly and Odulio up ahead.
And he's got to be very careful with this, as Kyle Ang is putting a huge pressure on his line right there.
Also, we have to remind our viewers that there will be multiple races today. The next race, what happened to John Lawrence Bernardo there? Looks like he overcooked the hairpin a little bit.
Still too fast on entry there, I believe.
That forced Kyle Ang to slow down, and now he's in the crosshairs of Earl Kahilig. Looks like Earl and Kyle are having a battle behind. This might just let John Lawrence Bernardo have a little bit of breathing room.
Oh no!
Kahilig goes off track. Looks like he
a little too fast there.
I'm not sure. Maybe may have miscalculated his distance. Oh, we have a spin up ahead. Who was that?
It's Leo Dulio Jr.
Dulio Jr. Did he have an incident with Kelly Mabao just now?
Man, that's...
I mean, we saw him spin. He's losing positions. He's down to P17 at the moment.
And there's a nice battle also happening here between Max Zablan and John Emmanuel Ramos for P5. Oh, and a spin right there behind. What the hell was that?
Looks
What
like,
the hell was
like
that?
a bug there. Like maybe one of the drivers may have lagged a little bit and teleported back into the car, morphing, and then all hell broke loose. I mean, they were side by side. Actually, they had some space, but then I'm not sure who exactly lagged behind there. A little bit of a teleporting.
I would say lag is still our biggest enemy, huh, Luis?
Yeah, we can see here Zablan with the red ping. We might want to be careful dicing with other cars with that ping.
Oh dear, hopefully his internet
there is
connection's
some-
okay. Oh, there he is. It's choking.
Yep. It's a little bit concerning right there. But he's holding on okay on P9.
But one other battle happening right here, battle for P3 between Kenneth Montemayor and Emmanuel De Parine.
A little bit of a distance there, not sure. It's the last lap of the race. Unless Di Parini has a mistake in the last few corners.
Oh, a little wide there by Montemayor.
As I said that, Montemayor a little bit wide out of that corner. Also, you don't want to use too much of the curbs in Assetto Corsa because what many players don't notice is that if you go onto the asphalt, it actually slows your car down.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like a
actually a heavy resistance.
It's more like a built-in slowdown system.
Interesting.
But I think it also depends on the track. Maybe this track doesn't have that feature. I haven't tried Asen in this version yet, so. And we can see Di Parini's pulling away from Ken. It looks like he may have had a move earlier we didn't get to see. And we're now in the battle for P1. Ogura is back in P2. Looks like Miko had a move somewhere or Ogura had a mistake. But now we are on the last lap. Backstretch, Ogura is still within slipstream range of Palapus. Let's see what they can do in this technical section coming up. Medium high speed section coming into the left sweeper and then into the right. Ogura with an aggressive entry there.
And they're both aggressive. They're not holding back anything here, Luis.
And we know Ogura is strong on the chicane. Looks like we may expect him to make a move right about there on the very last part of the track. And it looks like Palamos is just really trying to inch away so that Ogura doesn't get the slipstream from him. We are now on the final long stretch of this track. And it seems Ogura is a little bit too far from...
He's getting ready for it. Getting ready to attack.
No, I think he's a little bit too far from slipstream range. I think Ogura is just too far to make a move.
Oh, going a little wide there. Oh,
Coming into the final chicane. Palapus just has to keep it clean, and he will take race 1 of round 3.
Mika Palamos across the line, followed
Nicely
closely by
done,
Masa
boys.
Ogura.
Good race, good race. Di Parini coming
Manuel
into
De Parine at
P3.
P3. Kenneth Montemayor at P4. Meanwhile, for JP Along and Johnny Manuel Ramos, P5 and P6 respectively. Not bad. Eddie Dablio at P7. And Chizuru Minamoto at P8. Max Zablan at P9 and Advan Ramirez at P10.
Yeah, but that is provisional because we know Chizuru had an incident with I forgot who it was, but we know he had an incident with another car.
He had an
earlier.
incident
I believe
with
it
John
was
Lawrence
John
Berners.
Lawrence Bernardo. He clipped John Lawrence Bernardo. And
Oh,
as I
wait,
said,
what?
that another incident at the very last corner there
Oh man.
between
Dom
Jahan
Di
Kalam
Kai-
and Dom.
And Dom Di Kaiko. Oh dear. Two great
Yeah,
friends getting in contact on the chicane area there, Luis.
Well, looks like the stewards are going to have some work to do right after this race. But there we go. We have Miko Palapos on P1, Okura on P2, Di Parini on P3. And coming up is a reverse grid race. So looks like we are in for a much more interesting race coming up, because now we
Definitely.
have the race winners starting a little bit further back the grid, and someone's popped a tire there.
They're just enjoying themselves right now.
Good race, no?
Good race, good race.
Good race. And
I just want to
surprising,
announce
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry, kumuna ako na Luis.
surprisingly, turn 1 medyo clean, mabait silang lahat. So yeah, good job to everyone here. A little bit of aggressive moves from other drivers causing incidents pa din, pero nothing too major. So good race to everyone. It's part of racing. So yeah, let's hope for a better race next race.
Next race, yeah.
Anyway,
They-
I've handed over to Daryl Brady for a special announcement.
Go ahead.
Yep. So for the guys who are watching now, we will be having a raffle. Just share the video. Just share the live stream and then public the post so we can see the list. So we can pick a lucky winner or a lucky sharer, and then whoever wins get the lucky pick for the share, we will give a prize of a signed picture of Sebastian Loeb.
Hey, whoa, whoa.
Nice.
Sebastian Loeb, I think the old car WRC, the Citroen Citroen Sara, 2005 I think.
Oh,
with
man,
the sign of his pen.
man, that is an exciting gift, man. Can we join? Kaso streamer commentator kami sa akin, hindi pwede. Okay lang.
Yeah, just share the stream. Okay yan, testing natin.
Man,
Make it public, okay? Para makita so we can see the list.
mga naka-private
Okay,
dyan.
what the race?
Sa mga naka-private,
Yeah,
public nyo lang just for this post. Okay?
Yeah, just for this post.
Yeah.
Okay, back to you.
All right. Thank you. All right, guys. You heard
Thank
it
you,
from
Daryl.
Daryl Brady. We have a giveaway tonight, no? So be sure to share the stream. And who knows? After the race, we'll be doing a name draw or a Russian roulette type of lucky draw. Then who knows?
Russian roulette.
No one's gonna die. Don't worry. But the style lang naman. The style, I mean. But yeah. Man, what do you think of the prize, man? I mean, it's Sebastian Loeb signed. Man.
Yeah, there's nothing like authentic signed merchandise or memorabilia from a world-class rally driver right there. It's not every day you get the chance to win something special like that, and it's nice to have not just the drivers having a chance to win something in this race, but also for the viewers as well. So thank you, Daryl Brady, for the special
Actually,
announcement.
thank you to Ribbon Art because he
There
will
we
be the
go.
one giving the prize. And then I just want to thank all the sponsor again. So we have hang time now. So again, thank you to sponsors, Parts Pro Racing, D4 Graphics, Sim Racing PH, Sim Magic. Thank you, Sim Magic. DBGP, Sunday Bites, Unknown PH, East Side Collective, ESC, DMR, Dominado, E-Motorsports Rally, 7 Star Garage, Pinky Parts, PH, Overboost Racing, Soul Exhaust, and SkyeDRV. Thank you all, guys.
Right, massive shout out to you guys. Thank you for the support to actually keep this race going. And man, a lot of things are gonna happen here, man. I guess the drivers on the direct drives are having a little time of their own right now. I don't know if you can see the in-game chat though. The accidents
Yeah.
caused earlier, they were actually painful.
Yeah, looks like hmm,
Man.
I believe Cheese has a direct drive.
Yep, actually all of them are on direct drive. I believe there is using a Moza, and direct John Lawrence Bernardo is also using a direct drive himself as well.
What? And it was like just only yesterday when belt drives were the norm, and now we have direct drives becoming a standard, and it's just shows just how sim racing has progressed in technological advances through the years, and sooner or later we would not be seeing gear or belt drives in the first place anymore. Actually, belt drives, sorry, direct drives are going to be the standard right now.
Right.
And
One
we
day
are
that
just getting ready. Race 2 is just green flag. And again, this is a reverse grid race. So we already on the straight we have a spin. I think there was an incident, an orange car. Didn't get to see who that was. Maybe they went 4 or 5 wide there.
and just watching it from the back of the grid changes everything right here. I'm gonna take a look at it from the view of Emmanuel De Parine.
He's taking it easy right now because I think he's just waiting for a major accident to happen or just biding his time. 15 minutes into 15-minute race, and he's starting all the way from the back of the grid because he's finished P3. But then again, reverse grid makes things a little bit more twisty. I would say it like mixes things up a little, as already drivers are scrambling for positions, trying to go for whatever gaps they can find. Already there's an incident up ahead. Looks like there's been
And Kyle Ang was taken out along with Leo Odulio Jr.
Chow cars. Leo Odulio and Kyle Ang. Whoa, that was close call. Kyle Ang almost hitting Di Parini there. Di Parini being lucky not to have himself clipped. That incident.
And you gotta take it easy right here. As you can see, a battle for P1 is happening right here between Dom Dikaiko, Jahan Kalam, and Earl Kahilig.
These three guys were in the midfield earlier in race 1, but now all they want to do is try to get away from the carnage that's going on behind them and see if they can bag big points coming into race 2.
And if you look at it from the view of Advan Ramirez right here, really putting on the pressure there with John Kalam, and Dom Dikaiko overtakes on the stretch.
Will he have the inside line coming into turn 1? He's right alongside Dom.
Oh, then denied by Dikaiko.
Didn't outbrake enough to close the door or just get through the gap, but Advan Ramirez up into P3. Now make that P2 as Dom couldn't get into the inside line, being cornered by Advan Ramirez right there.
And another surprise Ogura, right here. Wow, Masa Ogura finds his way to P5 amidst all that carnage.
Maybe P3, maybe P2 even as he...
No.
Take it easy there. He's trying to make a move on
this racing not wreckfest, man. What is going on?
But considering Ogura has started somewhere far back in the grid and up to P5 in just lap 1, looks like he has a good chance of bagging major points in this race.
I wonder how he did it, but wow. I guess the carnage worked to his favor, I believe.
And Miko Palapos is up at P9, didn't get to progress as well as Ogura did.
And they have unfinished business, man, I would say. But drops down to P9. Gets P8 back right there from John Manuel Ramos. What,
then
what
again,
is what is happening right here?
Whoa, looks like, who is this? Whoa, major battle right here. Major traffic. Miko Palapos seems to be stuck in traffic. Somebody, is that, let's see the camera up ahead of P8, car number 12, Emmanuel Ramo. Looks like he is having a train here. All aboard the Ramo train. Looks like these drivers are just getting ready to pounce. Miko Palapos up into P10, into the chicane, nicely clean. His next target is John Ramos. John Ramos looks like someone had a little bit of a loose moment over there.
Oh man.
Miko Palapos having a look at the inside of turn 1, not close enough.
JP Alung leading this train there, Luis, and looks like Miko Palapos is looking for a way to overtake on the inside.
I think looks like Emmanuel Ramo has given the position.
Oh, there's contact right there. Oh, the thing for the judges to review there.
That's going to be Stewart's inquiry later on, but not sure what exactly happened there. Maybe I think Emmanuel kind of closed the door too much there, but we couldn't get a good angle of it, as like they were like rubber banding a little bit there. But Palapos up at the P9, but let's see if that will be investigated by the stewards later after the race. But I think he may have had a damage there, because looks like Miko Palapos is losing pace after those incidents.
Man, looks like suspension arm damage from that contact. It was all the way on the front right there.
JP behind him is trying to make a move, and I think he just did. Palapos is down to P9. Looks like he may have had some damage right there. I think Zablan has his sights right in front of him now.
And he has to be very careful here. Kian Panlaki trying to overtake Chris Axel Aransanso for P6.
He's going to have to hold the outside line into this corner if he has a chance, but it's like
going wide there, Aransanso, but still saved the line.
Coming into the last chicane.
And pretty scary if you overtake from an understeer, man. It's especially what if you have someone on the outside, then that understeer is going to be lethal.
I think it's not really a case of understeer, but that corner before the final chicane, the penultimate corner, that left-hander, you're going so fast there because of the very long stretch coming from the high-speed section of the track. Whoa, a little bit close there between Aranzazo and Panlaki, but it looks like he had to give it a little. Whoa, a little bit of a argy-bargy there.
What the hell was that?
Dom looks like he was hit by somebody up ahead. Not sure who it was, but we saw there was definitely contact there. He had a spin, and now he had to stop for a while. And those drivers coming into that hairpin at a blind spot. Some guys hitting him at the inside of that corner.
Grabe. This is so intense happening right here.
There's still quite a train on the midfield of the pack. I think not sure if it's Miko Palapos or Kenneth leading this train. We'll have a look at car number 18, please.
Right, here we go.
Okay, the train. No, that's position 18. Car number 18, that will be Chizuru.
Oh,
Let's
sorry.
See how he's doing.
Sorry, car number 8. Sorry, position number 10 rather. Sorry. I'll bet.
Okay, so this doesn't seem to be the front of the train, but yeah, these guys looks like this is going to be the core battle right here. Oliver Kahili, Pearl Kahilig up ahead has built a 2.5 second lead over Advan Ramirez, but Advan Ramirez is setting personal bests. I think he's able to catch up with Kahilig in a few laps, but we'll get back to that later. I think we might want to keep an eye on the train of Miko Palapos. I think definitely there's a train of JP. Actually, JP's now leading this train, and the drivers behind him are just getting ready to bounce, trying to make up positions for race 2.
And talk about the second half of the grid. They have to really find a way to overtake JP Alung here.
It looks like a lot of drivers are struggling into that section where coming from multiple apex right-hand corners suddenly have to slow down for the tight hairpin. It looks like some of them are overshooting it, and that causes some RG bargy coming into the corner, especially have a car in front and behind.
Ooh!
as,
Oh, going wide there,
Aranzazo
Aranzazo. Oh no.
looks like understeer, overbooked that corner a little bit. I mean, sure, these are GT4 Group 4 cars, but I don't think they are on slick tires, are they?
I don't think they are. I think Daryl Brady can tell us more about what tires they're using.
Yeah, they're on slick tires, and this is a cup car GR86, so it's from the stock GR86 car, and then just converted into a race car.
I believe it's labeled here GR tires. I don't know what
GR,
that is.
yeah,
Yeah,
just the GR tires, and then but they're using slick tires. Yes.
I see.
That just goes to show just how technical this track is. Like, some corners you think it's fast and can be taken flat out, but it turns out no.
Huh.
And if you look at the track map, you see a lot of corners. They seem to be fast, but when you are the driver, you're actually doing this track, you realize just how technical and tighter those corners are compared to how you see them on the track map. Which is why I don't really use track maps as reference. I would rather drive the track myself and try to get the flow from there. As Miko Palapus makes his way up into P4, coming out of that hairpin. Nicely done there. Now his next target is Ogura, but he's 12 seconds behind his race rival tonight because of that traffic jam earlier in the middle of the pack.
Oh, Masa Ogura is now at P2, overtaking Advan Ramirez from P3 there.
It looks like Advan Ramirez may have a mistake somewhere. I'm guessing it's that rather left-hander where Aranzazo went wide and into the grass. Maybe Advan Ramirez overcooked that corner in the same way as Aranzazo did, and that allows Ogura to move up into P2. And now in his crosshairs is Earl Kahiling, 2.6 seconds ahead of him, with 4 minutes remaining to this race. And considering his pace for this round, it looks like we may see a last lap battle, ladies and gentlemen.
And this is just exciting to watch right here. And nicely done by Earl Kahilig to actually keep the race going and maintaining his position P1.
Ogura 0.6 faster compared to Earl Kahilig on the last
Oh, the
lap.
gap is thinning there, Luis.
Yep, and
Oh,
he,
man.
like we said in the first race, Ogura's strength came at the chicane, and it looks like he's just closing. We expect, maybe 2 laps from now, we are going to see a battle for the lead.
And can't wait right here. Oh, and John Callum just overtakes Kenneth Montemayor.
Looks like they're having a battle here.
Oh, he gets it back though. Ooh.
Jahan Kalam wide in the hairpin, but I think that is in preparation for this long stretch right here. He's still in slipstream range with Kenneth in front, and if he could just keep it clean, keep his tires in check in this high speed section, keep those tires cool, he would have enough grip to make moves on the last sector of this track. It looks like he didn't get an optimal exit speed coming out of that corner and uses too much of the inside curve. He's losing momentum. He's under attack by Emanuel Di Parini coming into the outside.
Oh, he's on the inside.
Right here. Will he make the move on the inside? Oh, it's too... Okay,
And
that's
he clipped
just
the
too much
inside
curve.
just to stay safe there.
That is too much curve. You don't want to do that. It will just slow your car down. Di Parini up into P7. Jahan Kalam just being aggressive on the curve, slowing him down too much.
Another battle happening here for P11. John Lawrence Bernardo dicing with Leo Odulio Jr. for P13.
It seems John Lawrence Bernardo, not sure if he was able to make up positions or had another accident somewhere, because he finished the first race in P12 or P11 was it, but P13 indicates that he may have had an incident somewhere or maybe just got stuck
That's
in
a
traffic.
wild
Whoa!
overtake there by Leo
What a
Odulio
move
Jr.
by Leo Odulio. Wow, into the chicane. Brave move right there.
Man, check it out from the view of Chizuru Minamoto as he tries to overtake Aransanso on the stretch, coming into turn 1. And he takes it!
That's a double kill. Sorry for the FPS. Double position right there. But yeah, I think John Lawrence.
Oh!
What
Oh,
happened
some
is
contact
I think
there
his
between
contact.
him and John Lawrence Bernardo.
Looks like they have unfinished business from race 1. Whoa.
Oh!
It looks like Chizuru looks like he had rear end damage right there. Looks
Oh
like,
dear. That's it.
yeah, that contact from John Lawrence Bernardo may have, a little, rattled his cage a bit, not really take him out, but
Actually,
I
it
think
was
he may have
Aranzanso
been-
who hit him, Luis.
Whoa. Still quite a battle here. John Lawrence Bernardo in the middle of that. I think John Lawrence Bernardo has damage in this car. He's struggling for pace.
Right. Trying to maintain the... Oh! Dablio taken out on that corner. Along with
Yeah, I
Dom
think
Di
that-
Caico. Oh
Looks
dear.
like John Lawrence Bernardo had one too many hits earlier. We may not have seen, but maybe in the start, maybe in the middle, but we know he's struggling for pace with these cars. When you take damage, it actually slows you down. It's not like in Gran Turismo where like it actually auto heals and you take damage unless you set it to heavy. But this one, slight damages can actually slow your car down aerodynamically.
Wait, what the hell was that? We have
Looks
a
like
car
someone's
moonwalking. Okay. Oh dear.
moonwalking. Yeah, but it looks like the incident earlier between Chizuru and John Lawrence Bernardo. John Lawrence seemed just wanted to rattle Chizuru's cage a little, but it seems it may have been too much for Chizuru's car, damaging his rear end. So maybe the rear end is upset or heavily damaged.
Check this out here, Luis. The gap is now 1.3 seconds.
1.3 seconds behind Earl Cahilig. Looks like he may, not sure if his tires are overcooked a little, or maybe Earl Cahilig has maintained his tires because he has been pretty much alone in the lead right there. Unless, of course, Earl Cahilig makes a mistake somewhere, but that doesn't seem to be likely. Ogura just 1.3 seconds behind, and it doesn't seem to be gaining enough for the last lap. He's way too far on slipstream range. They're at the final long stretch of this track. Cahilig has a comfortable lead. Just keep it clean on the next few corners and he'll take race 2. But then again, it's not over until it's over. Let's see, coming into the penultimate corner, the left-hander where everybody, or if not most, struggle for front end grip. And coming into the last chicane now, Earl Oliver Cahilig took that chicane clean and he's going to take race 2.
Cahilig takes
Round
P1.
Nicely done. Nicely
Still going.
done.
Okay, I thought that was it.
Not yet, one lap.
Oh,
Not bad.
Okay, plus 1 lap. Okay,
Plus
our
one.
bad.
That's one.
Plus 1 pala, plus 1. Our bad.
By the way, I'd just like to give a shout out to Quattro Adriano who is watching right now. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Quattro. How are you? Oh, we completely forgot about that rule. I mean, we are used to ACC having only like when the time runs out and the leader crosses the line, that's the final lap. But it here you have actually 1 lap more as you cross the line. So kind of reminds me of the W Series.
We got so used to ACC. My bad.
Yeah, ACC. I remember only Assetto Corsa has that rule where you can actually add 1 more lap. Whoa, a little bit of grass there by Ogura. That's going to cause some grip problems here. He was already half a second behind Cahilig earlier, but then that dip into the grass going to cause a little bit of understeer coming into that fast left-hander, and that's the last thing you want on those tires on those type of corners. Oliver Cahilig just maintaining his pace. 1 second ahead. He's still far away from slipstream range. Well, Ogura may get a little bit of slipstream, but he's just way too far. Coming into the last long stretch of this track. And this is the final lap for real, because I saw the white flag. Because if the HUD shows it was the white flag, so we all thought it was going to be the last lap. But now this one's for real. Earl Oliver Cahilig takes race 2, P1.
Followed closely by Masa Ogura. Followed by Advan Ramirez and Nico Palapos.
Nicely done.
Another battle right here.
And and Di Parini had to give that away because that was a little rough.
Montemayor
And
at P5,
Montemayor,
De Parine
P5.
at P6, Yalung at P7, Jan Karam at P8, Joel Kelimobao at P9, Ilua Daloma at P10, John Manuel Ramos at P11, Leo Odulio Jr. at P12, Chris Axel Aranzanzo at P13, John Lawrence Bernardo at P14, Kyle Sanchez rather on P15, Max Zablan at P16, Chizuru Minamoto at P17, Eli W at P18, Ian Panlaki at P19, Dom Di Kaiko at P20, Antonio Conejero at P21, Rainier Faustino at P22, and Gino Gonzalez P23. Oh dear, with plus 3 laps there. Hopefully he's okay. Some race incidents at the back of the grid.
I think it might have been damage or a disconnection. That's way too much laps for him to like for a 15-minute race.
Oh man, that is nasty.
Nice.
Anyways, that is race 2.
Alright, that's race 2 for the AM class. Grabe, what a race that was, man.
Uh-huh.
What a race that was, particularly in the middle pack. There was quite a train there. Drivers were looking for gaps whenever they could. And yeah, there's a lot more action that happens there. But we gotta give it to Ogura coming from the back of the grid, making his way up to P2. Nicely done there.
I mean, I don't know how he did it, but wow. Some patience he has right there, and some lucky saves from all the accidents that were happening in front of him. He's like, "Bahala kayo dyan, I'm just gonna drive." Yeah.
Yeah, that is the spirit, because he already knows he had quite some points coming out of race 1. So not really, didn't really need that many risks coming into race 2. But it worked out for him well.
Okay, we can connect now to the pro server.
Right.
Pro class.
Alright, here we have
And
it.
this is just the AM class. What more when we get into the pro class right now? I'm looking forward to like see some familiar and new faces in the pro class battling out for the championship.
Let's see how let's see how you do it right here. Some familiar names we have right here, and we have a promotion actually, Luis, from race 1. I believe Vic Nodalo has been promoted from amateurs to pro class. So
Nice, congratulations, Sir Vic.
from actual rally driving and now actually promoting sim racing as well, man. Massive shout out to you, Vic Nodalo, and to Team Nodalos Motorsport, to Team Nodalos Racing Team. If you guys are watching, shout out to you guys and good evening. Ating mga rally titos who are watching, man, good evening. Your boy is the one driving tonight. I'll just be your host and commentator with Luis Moreno here tonight. So, man, some spicy moments I would say happened right there in race 1 and 2, Luis, no?
Yep.
The chicane is one confusing and very lethal some incidents right there. I can't believe it.
But not just that. The first and middle sectors of the track are actually like catalysts for action, because we see some drivers struggling for grip on the multiple apex right-handers coming into the hairpin, and then some of them had a very bad exit speed, causing like a train of cars to like catch up behind you. And as a driver, if you have a bad exit speed coming out of that chicane and you have other drivers who nailed that, rather not the chicane, the hairpin, they come out of that hairpin well, and you have a bad exit speed, you can just imagine the things that are going on in your mind, seeing those drivers just creeping towards you, coming into the long back straight and then into the high speed corners, and then those high speed corners, if you guys going in there, turn 3, maybe 4 wide, but 4 wide is crazy for this track. Maybe 3 wide, you don't know where to go, especially if you're in the middle, you get clipped by someone behind. That could cause a big mess in that part of the track.
That's just gonna be nasty for the drivers to get caught in the crossfire, or rather on the carnage that happens from every accident. But nice save actually also to those drivers who managed to avoid it, because man, it's a domino effect actually. If you do get hit, and the damage I believe here is actually lethal. I guess suspension damage here is very likely, huh, Lewis?
Not just suspension, but you want also to take into consideration the aero condition, because this car, as you can see, it has an aerodynamic package to it, and it actually helps in the overall performance and stability of the car. Now, if you have a race like that, like nudging into each other, wrecking the damaging the aerodynamic components of the car, you'll actually feel it on the corners, the top end speed of the car. I mean, you won't be able to see it very well with damage model, but you are going to feel it as a driver. You would lose speed on the straights. You wouldn't be able to turn as much on the medium speed corners where you need more aerodynamic grip. So you really have to be careful of the car. Try not to damage it too much, especially considering we are at 100% damage. So it's like pretty much like real life. Like very, very light nudges can actually make the difference between winning or losing a race in one piece.
Right. Oh, is this also like ACC, Lewis, wherein the wheel won't be straight anymore, especially if your steering gets affected?
Absolutely. Like you have to, if you damage the suspension too much, you'll actually see your wheel like turn in one direction, and you might not be able to steer your car if it gets badly damaged, unless you somehow make it back to the pits and make those magic repairs to make your car 100% healthy again, which is far from possible in real life, because in real life, for you to get back into 100% condition, that would take hours, maybe days. But here in
Maybe
the
a
game,
new
it will only
shell.
take you like, yeah, new shell, new body, new everything, new paint even.
Yeah. Sadly, no Banawe spawned cars here. It's all just sim racing. But grabe, it's just amazing how well simulated this thing is. Especially for fuel rate also. They have to be wary on how much fuel they're gonna put.
Yep, they want to make those maths correct, because the last thing you want is underfuel your car and you're in the lead, only to find out you have like not enough fuel to make it to the line.
Man.
That would be the worst.
That's right.
Okay. Pro
Alright.
class naman. Pro class naman. Again, share the stream and then get the chance to win the Sebastian Loeb signed photo.
Ako guys, share nyo na. Kung di nyo kukunin yan, ako kukuha niya. joke lang, joke lang. Pero still though, man, don't forget to share it and go get it, man. It's a nice thing to get. And by the way, shout out to Ribbon Arc for actually sponsoring that giveaway, no? Daryl?
Yep, thank you Ribonark. Thank you to again sa sponsors. So Parts for Racing, D4 Graphics, Sim Racing PH, Sim Magic, thank you. DBGP, Sunday Bites, thank you. Unknown PH, ESC, Eastside Collectives, DMR, Dominado, E-Motorsports Rally, 7 Star Garage, Pinky Part PH, Overboost Racing, Soul Exhaust, SkyeDRV, and yeah, Ribbon Arc Motorsport.
There you go. By the way, may shoutout pala tayo sa stream from Leo Odulio Jr. He says, DBGP photo or go home. Grabe, all the way from Dubai ba manggagaling yung photo for Sir Leo who's based in Singapore? Man, we shall see. Grabe.
Signed photo ni DBGP.
There you go.
Yeah, it would be nice if you could just wormhole that photo para wala nang shipping.
Wala nang shipping tsaka ano, real time.
Digital na lang, no? Tapos print na lang niya.
Yan. E-sign daw ba?
The E
Allah.
sign, yeah.
E-sign. And Abs Jera, I don't know if I said the name right. Once again, congratulations to Luis Moreno holding the Philippine flag. I believe referring to the GR Cup Asia win.
Thank you very much.
Abe. We are going
And I believe
worldwide.
qualifying has just begun,
Here
ladies
we
and
go.
gentlemen. Qualifying is a go. And these are some of the top sim racers in the country. One of the best, some of the best in the country right now. We have the likes of Aldo Balagula, David Eason, Stanley Goles, Alexis Lapano, Josh David Marquez. I believe is that Josh David
Yes,
Marquez?
he is.
Nice.
He's in with the
pro
pros.
class right now. Nicely done. We also have Roy Numer Riparip, who was a regular of the Speed Night Saturdays back in like 2 years ago, and now he's one of the fastest growing sim racers locally, and he has great potential moving forward. But at the same time, it's not just the local sim racers we are witnessing here today. We also have visitors from Macau and Hong Kong. We have Kelvin Wong, and I believe our championship leader is from Hong Kong as well. I believe it's a little bit back of the pack, like biding his time. But yeah, it's good to see international friends joining in our local leagues this time for a change, because I remember the days when I was the one visiting other nations for the races, and now to have them join Philippine sim racing leagues for a change is quite a welcome thing for all of us here.
What a warm welcome indeed. Also, will we see other SIP Moto Image racers tonight, Daryl Brady? I believe there's only Sonny
yeah,
Poon
we
here.
have Sonny Poon, and I think only Sonny Poon is here.
Will we see
Some
the
of the,
return of the famous Tony Falk? I believe
He's not
Aldo
here.
Balagulan would want a rematch from what happened to him on race 1.
Tony Falk, I haven't heard that name in a while.
Believe it
You
or not,
remember him,
race
huh?
1, round 1, he was actually here and he has unfinished business with Aldo Balagulan.
Oh, looks like we are looking at the new international rivalry, ladies and gentlemen.
Brought to you by SRPH. Man, talk about spicy dicing moments. Also, without the crash, it's actually a fun dice between Tony Falk and Aldo, actually. If you look at the replay from round 1. To be honest, I'm still not over it. I'm still, looking at how spicy that was.
Just that I did get to see round 1 because I believe when round 1 was last week, was it, or the other week?
The other week, I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I was correct saying this is round 3, and I believe back in round 1 we were heavily focused on the GRGT Cup Asia finals that week.
Oh, right.
So I didn't really get to watch the race, but I would have loved to see what was going on there between Aldo and Tony Falk, as the drivers are currently settling their first laps, like trying to get their grooves on. David Eason with a provisional pole with a 148.9. I think that's fast. Definitely. Oh, now it's a 145.2. So
Wow.
yeah, drivers are coming in, clocking in their fast laps, but it's also quite a crowded track as well. 20 cars in the grid, or rather.
And here's a guy who I
8
haven't seen in a while on the race. Andre Varquez.
Oh, good to see him back in the races. Looks like he is joining us.
Our man from Carrera Showroom is joining with us tonight.
Speaking of Carrera Showroom, I'm not sure if it's a good time to discuss it.
Oh,
but,
go, do it.
All right, so these two bars having the F1 live viewings lately, having a sim challenge on their own. I mean, imagine if these two bars or restaurants or whatever you want to call them, go head to head in a sim racing battle from their own bars. Like, we don't have do it on our own homes, but from right there in the bar. I mean, think about if you're a League of Legends gamer back in the day, you have this shop-to-shop tournaments, right?
Yep.
So what about a inter-bar sim racing battle? How's that sound?
That sounds to me that's a good idea. Only we could reach common terms with the fellow bar. We're in business.
If we could make that possible, wow, we are in for an exciting weekend if ever that happens.
Yep. We just
Like
need an
the
internet connection that won't jive with the race that's currently happening. Like especially, I believe that's a proposal race was Las Vegas or Abu Dhabi, perhaps.
I think Las Vegas would be a better time frame because Las Vegas would be happening on a Sunday afternoon in the Philippines. And if it's
Afternoon,
Sunday
you said.
afternoon,
Oh.
yeah, Sunday afternoon, so there would be plenty of time after the race to like have a little bit of fun, you know, like represent your bar, represent the bar in this battle.
Right. Well, choose your best bar is the name of the game right now. Oops.
More like showing which bar is boss. But anyways, back into the qualifying session. 1 minute remaining in the qualifying session. David Eason with a 144.8 provisional pole, followed by one of our friends from Hong Kong or Macau with a Sunny Poon with a 145.4. That is quite a significant gap between P1 and P2. But then again, this would be their last qualifying lap. Maybe the cars are at the lightest fuel, the tires are at optimal temperatures by now, so we should see the best laps coming in shortly.
Another returning driver from all the way in, I don't know if he's based in CDO.
Yeah, I believe she's in CDO or Davao, basically from Mindanao. We have Zuriel Sumodavila. Haven't seen him in a long while, but it's good to see him back in these races.
I'm glad sim racing is still a burning desire for this gentleman right here. And shout out to you for actually joining Soul Exhaust for the event back in CDO, Limket Kai Mall, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it was a highlight for them back in CDO. And Francis Angelo Gonzalez qualifying at a time of 1:45.544.
And he has a purple sector too. Looks like he has an ace up his sleeve around here. But let's see if he could improve. Sector 3 is up by 0.3. Maybe he lost it somewhere on the high speed corners, but Sector 2 shows maybe he has an edge on the medium to low speed corners, but it looks like he is a little bit all over the place. He goes a little bit wide there, maybe compromises his lap. Ends up with a 140. Okay, timing is bugged. Looks like 145.5 there. Luis de los Reyes up into P3 with a 145.443.
Man, nicely done there for Luis de los Reyes.
Sunny Poon didn't exactly get to beat David Eason. David Eason is pretty much on pole right now, unless Alexis Clapano pulls out his ace, because we know Alexis Clapano is one of the more experienced sim racers in this grid. I've known him ever since 2017 when I picked him up from race department, and he has a really good race pace. Really quite. Whoa! Cutting the chicane there a little bit. That may have invalidated his lap in the process. Leaves him in P9. Yeah, he stays in P9 because he may have invalidated this as he's really pushing, trying to get into the front row. Or maybe he's carrying a ballast, is he, Daryl? May ballast ba si Alexis?
Yeah, they have ballast. May ballast sila. So, Alexis have, where is it? So Alexis have 50 kilograms.
Whoa, that's quite heavy.
Oh, that's a heavy ballast.
50 kilograms. No wonder he's struggling for qualifying pace at the moment. 50 kilograms makes a difference for these cars, because these cars actually just weigh around 1,050 kilos, if I'm not mistaken, or just little over, no more than 1,200, I believe. And 50 kilos in these cars makes quite a difference.
I can tell. I even have a friend who calls Alexis Clapano the overtaking king. Grabe, from last round, grabe, you saw, if Doc Moy was able to comment on it, but how he overtook Vic Nodalo on the first corner, it was insanely done. Insanely done by Alexis Clapano. Or what we call in some races a veteran's move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tito move daw, Tito move.
Tito move.
As a driver, if you have a ballast coming into this race, you might want to like lower your expectations a bit and just focus on keeping it a clean race, because you can't really do much about the heavy ballast in your car. No matter what, how much you push the car in terms of car setup, the least you can do as a driver is like try to capitalize on what could happen among other drivers and try to finish as high as you can, because if you finish decent enough and slightly lower from the where you would get even more ballast, you actually have a less ballast coming into the next race, and you could then strategize on how you can maintain your championship lead just by ballast alone.
Man, it takes a lot of strategy and a lot of trial and error to actually do this, but wow. But actually, kudos to the patience of the fast drivers to actually still carry on with the race despite the huge ballast. Grabe, it takes a whole different strategy and a whole new ball game, rather, to race with this heavy ballast. But not
As
bad.
we can see, yeah, so you can see Aldo Balaguna in P5 with a 30-kilo ballast, so
Oh.
quite lighter compared to Alexis. So he has somewhat of an advantage, but in between them, there are lots of drivers with no ballast at all, so they could capitalize on the drivers who have ballast, like the Enzo Izon himself. But Enzo Izon only carrying 10 kilos and pretty much has like a solid pace coming into the race. Following the qualifying session, looks like Enzo Izon has a good chance of bagging major points in this round.
Shall see if he can maintain it. Sayang lang, he was actually on pole on last round, pero I think there was some conflict, or rather some contact happening right there.
I'm not sure. I didn't get to see the action last time. I think I was trying to catch up on some sleep after our trip to Malaysia. And now the drivers are staging on the grid. We have a minute and 50 seconds before the green flag drops.
Mhm.
And right about now, the drivers are just trying to compose themselves and computing on their fuel, like getting ready, like getting their mindsets ready. Turn one, who can they expect to make a move, or how would they be able to defend their positions or make a move into turn one? Because these are the pro drivers, we shouldn't really expect that much of a chaos coming to turn one. But then again, we can't tell early as now, because anything can happen.
Right. Anything can happen. A race that happens in about 9 laps and 15 minutes. Anything can happen. And with the pros, I don't believe that intense of a carnage is likely for this one. But how the drivers will actually keep up or dice with each other is actually the interesting one to look at. So, to the amateur drivers who just finished the races, I highly encourage you guys to watch the stream, watch how the pros does it, and who knows, you get a thing or two from them. With the
Also,
yep, go ahead.
I also like how Asen, although it's a technical track, it's kind of a safe one, because we saw turns 1, 2, and 3 actually have a very wide runoff point. So if in case you get into trouble coming into turn 1 into some traffic, you have plenty of space to like try to avoid further incidents. Not like if, let's say, that were covered in gravel. Just a few seconds remaining in before the start of race 1 of the pro class. The 6 red lights illuminate, and we're getting ready for round 3. Race 1 is a go. Good start there by Enzo Izon. Looks like he's pulling away well. Clean start. Looks like some chaos as well. Middle of the field. Enzo Izon already going for a defensive position coming into turn 1. Sunny Poon, no, Luis De Los Reyes up into P2 on the straight. Looks like Sunny Poon had a bad start there. Maybe he had a miscalculation on the clutch. But now we see Luis De Los Reyes up into P2. And generally a clean start for everyone. Very good, boys.
Alright, not bad, boys. Good job.
So far so clean, but I don't want to jinx it. Coming out of the hairpin, still clean. Wow, this is racing right there.
Now checking out from the view from Vic Nodalo as he dices with Francis Angelo Gonzalez for P7.
And this is the section where the drivers may want to have a very good awareness because this is the really fast left-right left-handers. And still looking good. These pro drivers are really showing how it's done. And we see Luis De Los Reyes trying to make a move on Enzo Izon up into P1. Yeah, Luis De Los Reyes just looking for that gap. He's trying to make a move on the outside of Enzo Izon, coming into the long straight at the back. And it looks like Enzo Izon is going to be pinned on the right side. Luis De Los Reyes on the left side. Enzo Izon has the inside line coming into that part of the track. But it looks like Luis De Los Reyes is not giving up without a fight. Going to take the inside line, coming to the penultimate corner. No, not alongside much, but then we have the chicane to worry about now. Enzo Izon. Whoa! Dive bomb there! Sonny Poon! It's Luis De Los Reyes and backfires big time! Whoa!
Oh no, 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 no.
Whoa! That backfired big time. He had quite a dive bomb there. Hits Luis De Los Reyes and spins himself and causes a carnage at the last chicane. I think 4 or 5 drivers got involved. They may have some major damages at the moment, but yeah, that was quite a mess there. Sonny Poon dive bombing at the last chicane and didn't work out so well.
Man, that was nasty right there.
Yeah, and Luis De Los Reyes was lucky enough to get away from that relatively unscathed, as he now has slipstream range right behind Enzo Izon for P1. Meanwhile, battle for P5, Marcos Victa versus Vic Nodalo. The battle of the Vics coming into the left-hander. Marcos Victa inside. Nodalo hits the dirt trap, slows him down big time.
Meanwhile, for Zuriel Sumudubila, keeping it up with Vincent Lorente, hoping to get P10.
Yeah, just keeping it clean up there. I think there's a car going loose out there. I think that's it's not Clapano, is it? It is Clapano, I think. Clapano seems to be struggling, but then again, considering the ballast he's carrying, he just has to try his best to like have a clean race. Side by side with Vincent Lorente coming into the fast left-right section and onto the penultimate corner where the cars, it's all about mechanical and aerodynamic grip out here. A little bit wide from the both guys. Clapano has to take it easy coming into the chicane, and that is a nice exit from Clapano coming out of that chicane. He's going to try and take Vincent Lorente out on the outside coming into turn 1. And will he make it stick? There. Yes, he does. Nicely
Vic Nodalo overtaking Stanley Goles from the inside of turn 1.
Stanley Goles looks like he spinned in turn 1 after Vic Nodalo's move, but Stanley Goles looking for a switcheroo here, looking for a counter. Doesn't make it stick though. But now we are coming into the hairpin. Let's see if these guys, what lines are they going to take? Would they take a late apex or a traditional line? That's the question. Stanley Goles on the slipstream range with Vic Nodalo up ahead. And I think there's a battle between Marcos Victa and
Yong Pak Hang.
Yong Pak Hang for battle of E5, and I believe Yong Pak Hang has the heaviest ballast among these guys. Yeah,
I would believe so. Yeah, one race is one round 2 if I'm not mistaken.
And he passes Marcos Victa, and now we have a battle of the Vics again. Vic Nodalo versus Marcos Victa, battle for P6, right behind Yong Pak Hang on P5, and we also have Stanley Goles ready to pounce on the battle of Vics, and Alexis Clapano is also catching up on the mix as well, up into P9, right behind Stanley Goles, coming into the final, the back straight, coming into the how should I put it, the chicane part. I don't know what they call this section right here because there are like two long stretches, but they're not really straight. They're just a fast sequence of corners right there. Oh, and I think Marcos Victa goes a little bit wide there. Compromises his exit at the penultimate corner. as
Going
he
defensive
is now-
line there, Marcus Victa, as he handles the pressure from Vic Nodalo.
Looks like he's now forming a train. Marcos Victa on P6, Vic Nodalo P7, Stanley Goles P8, Alexis Clapano in P9.
Alexis Clapano moves up to P8,
There we go.
taking Stanley Goles from the inside.
There's a veteran move right there, making moves, slowly climbing positions despite his 50 kilo ballast. Now if these two Vics continue to battle, Alexis Clapano is going to get ready to pounce right there. Meanwhile, it looks like Luis de los Reyes is still piling on the pressure on David Eason, or rather Enzo Eason rather. Yep, looks like we have a close battle for P1 as well. Aldo Balaguran is in the mix. Looks like he's also pacing his tires at this time, like trying not to overuse, not to overheat them, and getting ready to pounce if these two ever have a clash. We also have Numer Riparip also in P4 as well. Coming from, I believe he's didn't really start that wrong qualifying or the start of the race, but looks like he's up to P4. Just goes to show the potential Roy Riparip has in the sim racing.
Definitely, 100%. And for him to be keeping up to Aldo Balaguran is, wow, big.
Let's see their lap times coming into lap 4. It looks like Aldo Balaguran is the fastest among the 4 of them with close times. 1 minute 44.9s, 1 minute 44.3s on average. But then again, once they have their battles, those times are going to be messed up.
That's right. Meanwhile, for Luis de los Reyes, though, really has to find a way to not be pressured by Aldo Balaguran.
There's the switcheroo I was talking about that hairpin after the multiple apex right-handers, because you don't know exactly where to brake, or as you turn, you have to like step on the brakes as quickly as you can while still turning the car, and that's being a challenge for the drivers in this track already. I mean, you might want to, like, if you brake too heavy, it will cause your wheels to lock and you overshoot the corner. And because these two are now battling, Luis de los Reyes and Aldo Balaguran battling, that allows Enzo Eason to run away with clear air while these two are battling for position.
And Enzo Eason is all alone up there. Clean air.
Aldo Balaguran having a good look at Luis de los Reyes' bumper.
Meanwhile, it's a nice cinematic view right here for Roy Riparip. Seeing the battle happening in front of him.
He's just pacing himself at the moment because he knows if these two end up colliding with each other, he's going to get ready to capitalize on whatever incident may happen between these two. Aldo Balaguran using more of that AstroTurf than he should. Maybe, I'm not sure if he may have a penalty for that one later on, or maybe just some warnings.
Oh!
Luis de los Reyes trying to hold,
switcheroo right there on turn 1.
trying to hold on to P2 there. And look at this section. We should stay on the onboard here because this is the section where many drivers are struggling. As you can see, you're turning right and then the hairpin is right in front of you.
Oh, Aldo Balaguran.
As I was saying, the braking there is crucial because after the hairpin, it's a very long stretch. You want to capitalize on exit speed rather than overall apex speed. Aldo Balaguran right behind Luis de los Reyes' bumper, and that only allows Enzo Eason to run away much further now. These guys are like, battling a little bit too much now. Aldo Balaguran having a look at the next corner, not enough maybe, but let's see. Luis de los Reyes, whoa, a little bit of a loose there. Maybe he clipped too much of a curve. Aldo Balagulan, let's see if he will have the inside coming into this corner, coming into the back straightaway. Aldo Balagulan on the right, Luis De Los Reyes on the left. If Aldo Balagulan can just hold on to that position coming into the chicane, he will secure P2, but Luis De Los Reyes is not giving out without a fight. Luis De Los
Oh
Reyes
man,
on the
this is so
inside.
oh!
There's
What the
contact, a
hell?
little bit of contact there.
What
Here
the
comes
hell was
Roy
that?
Boomer Dipperip. Here he comes. That's what I was telling about earlier. He's going to capitalize on the battle between these two, Luis De Los Reyes and Aldo Balagulan, battling too much. Roy Numer Ripperip already up to P3 at the moment.
Man, that was spicy right there.
And these two are teammates, I believe. What are
Team
they going to
Veloce Ragazzo really one-upping Luis De Los Reyes on P2.
Oh, it looks like maybe Roy Numer Ripperip is going to retreat a little. Maybe he's waiting for Aldo to make a move on Luis De Los Reyes first before Roy makes a move on his own. And as we can see, Aldo is within the slipstream range of Luis De Los Reyes coming into the first of the back straights. But looks like Luis De Los Reyes has a good exit speed coming out of the hairpin. He pulled away from Aldo Balagulan there. What are these two Veloce guys going to do about Luis De Los Reyes with 3 minutes remaining into this race?
Man, what are they gonna do indeed? Man, these guys are gonna be working together to devise a strategy on how to keep
Question
up
is-
with this guy.
The question is how? I mean, there isn't that much time remaining.
There are only like 3 laps remaining and 3 minutes remaining rather for this one. So if they're
3
gonna have to
minutes
make a move, they gotta do it right now.
Or rather, as soon as possible, because remember, this race, he still has 1 additional lap when the white flag drops.
Right.
So there's still quite some time remaining, but let's see. Aldo Balagulan trying to maintain within the slipstream range of Luis De Los Reyes. And let's see if Aldo Balagulan makes a move on this last chicane. Not really close enough, so it's going to be pretty much the same. The best Aldo can do at the moment is to stay within slipstream range of Luis De Los Reyes. But Luis De Los Reyes maintaining a good composure, just keeping Aldo at bay. Whoa, close call there.
Whoa.
Aldo hitting the curbs, almost got loose there. That was a close call, Aldo, right there. I think he ate too much of the exit curves, almost causing him to a spin.
I hope these guys are not drinking coffee, eh? This is a very very crucial moment. Grabe.
Maybe not coffee, maybe some energy drink, I don't know.
I hope not. I hope not. Grabe, this is intense right here. Can't even drink my water.
And all these battles are just benefiting Enzo Izon up ahead. He's up to 2.8 seconds. He has enough time to like pace himself, take care of those tires while these guys behind him are battling for P2. And it looks like I'm not sure if Aldo maybe has overcooked his tires a little bit. He's losing pace compared to Luis De Los Reyes, 0.8 of a second behind Luis De Los Reyes at the moment. Meanwhile, it looks like we are having a battle between Vic Nodalo and Alexis Clapano. They are not that far apart. Can we have a look? Yes, Clapano is within slipstream range of Vic Nodalo coming into the final stretch of the track into Sector 3. And both of them looks like they're catching up on back hang up ahead. Coming into the chicane, Alexis has a good momentum coming out of that corner.
Oh, a nice time from Alexis Clapano here.
And it looks like Alexis Clapano may just have a chance of taking P5 because both of them are catching up with back hang on P5. Alexis Clapano just waiting for that right opportunity to make a move on Vic Nodalo coming into the hairpin. Let's see. A little bit too much on the inside line. Yung back hang opting for a late apex there. Vic Nodalo a little bit aggressive at the exit of that hairpin, trying to like accelerate as hard as he could, pulling away from Alexis Capano, but Alexis on the slipstream range of Vic Nodalo. Let's see where he will make a move. Definitely not on this left-hander. He's going to like take it easy, have a nice momentum, have a nice exit speed. And Vic Nodalo, alright, but looks like Alexis has a better exit speed. Looks like he may make a move coming up on this section right here. Vic Nodalo goes defensive. That compromises his overall speed. Alexis Capano right at the back of Vic Nodalo. Inside, coming into this double apex corner. Alexis Capano side by side. Vic Nodalo into the inside. And I think
it's gonna be close.
It's going to be close, but Alexis has the advantage. They're on the back straight.
And Clapano takes it.
Has secured it. Nicely done there. Nicely done there. But Vic Nodalo looks like he's having a look on the right. He's going to have a look at the left. But we are at the
he's
sweeper
not
right
letting
now.
Clapano go that easy there.
But it looks like Clapano.
Whoa,
Having a
whoa.
look. Hello there. I'm still here. Says Vic Nodalo.
It ain't over,
But
man.
But Alexis Capano just maintaining a good momentum.
Alright guys, we're on the
Coming up.
last lap right here. We're on the last lap. So if he's gonna take it, he's gotta do it right now.
I'm not sure. Maybe we still have 2 laps to go because David Eason, I think he crossed the line with still some time on the clock, and it still shows 1 lap here. So I think we still have like 2 more laps in this race. This lap and next lap counted because it's still showing +1 lap. I think David Eason crossed the line with some time on the clock, and yeah. So it's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen.
Definitely not over yet. Now, meanwhile, we go back to the battle between Luis de los Reyes and Aldo Balagulan, battling for P2.
Yeah, looks like the Veloce boys are struggling with tires. Luis de los Reyes is pulling away steadily from the VRS boys of Aldo and Roy. But we know Aldo, he's not giving up with a fight. Maybe he knows there's still 1 more lap to go after this. So maybe Aldo has ace up his sleeve. We still have to wait. David Eason just easing it up a little bit. The gap is down to 2.6 from 2.8 a couple of laps earlier. But that's still quite a generous gap considering the battle that Luis de los Reyes and Aldo Balagulan had earlier.
Definitely.
Now the question is, will this be the last lap or will it be the next one? We shall see in the timeline, but it says here still 1 lap. Let's see. Will this be the final lap? Yes, it is. This is the final lap.
There it is. David Eason at P1, Luis de los Reyes at P2, Aldo Balagulan at P3, Roy Riparip finish at P4. And Yong Pak Hang finishes at P5, Alexis Clapano at P6, Vic Nodalo
Hanging on
at
to
P7.
P6.
Alright.
Nicely done to all drivers. Actually, we had little to no incident at all. I don't recall a major incident.
No major incident so far. And Francis
Nicely.
Angelo Gonzalez finishes P9.
Nicely
Not bad.
done to all.
Not bad.
Nicely done to all these drivers. But I'm wondering what happened to Kelvin Wong. I think he's 1 minute and 30 seconds behind. Did he have an accident somewhere we didn't get to see?
There may be an incident that we missed right there, but hopefully he's okay. And a DNF there for Andre Vargas and Danzel Waitan. Man, I wonder what happened. Or maybe they just want to sit the race out, or maybe an incident or a crash.
Aldo having a good time on the gravel right there.
Let him have it.
I mean, there hasn't been sim racing or any racing game in general that the gravel punishes you like it would in real life, no? Imagine if racing games simulate gravel like really gravel traps. Like once you're in the gravel trap, that's it, you're done.
That is a good question, actually. That is a good question.
Actually, there are some tracks that you cannot move the car when you get to the gravel trap.
I see.
And I'm just avoiding those tracks because I want people to enjoy.
I see. So it still depends on the track modding of Assetto Corsa at the end of the day. Which just goes to show just how beautiful Assetto Corsa, the original Assetto Corsa, is in terms of expandability, in terms of customizability. You can pretty much race anything on any track in this game, and that's why I would consider Assetto Corsa to be one of the best racing games in PC at the moment. Heck, we even have our own local tracks to name with like Clark, Batangas, even Tarlac Circuit Field on Assetto Corsa, our very own local racing tracks in a racing game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Alright.
I'm looking forward to it actually. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mukhang masaya din yung race na to. Mukhang this is more exciting than the previous rounds. This grid has more ano mo yun, all of them are on the same time, same position na matulin sila. So that's why we have a tight grid for the pro class.
Grabe, no? It happens
Mhm.
talaga.
And above all of these guys, the pro class drivers really showed it how it's done. Nice, clean racing to all of these pro class drivers. Kudos to every one of you. Really, really clean racing overall, right there. I mean, turn one, we were expecting like some sort of chaos already, pero for some reason, himala, walang major incident at all. Ang babait, galing. Good, nicely done, guys.
Grabe,
So
they really
again,
put on a
please
show for
share
the
the
AM
stream.
class. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Please share the stream again. Get the chance to win the signed photo of Sebastian Loeb from courtesy of Ribbon Arc Motorsports. And then again, I just want to thank all the sponsors: Parts for Racing, D4 Graphics, SRPH, Same Magic, DBGP, Sunday Bytes, Unknown PH, ESC, DMR, 7 Star Garage, Pico Parts PH, Overboost, Soul Exhaust, SkyeDRV, and Ribbon Arc Motorsport.
All right. Guys, don't forget to share the stream, ha? Malay nyo na, you guys could actually win a signed copy prize from Sebastian Loeb. Grabe.
We'll see. Madami pang goodies na pamigay si boss.
The bossing Ripon Arc. That's right. Okay, here we have it. Grabe. A new grid happening right here. Kelvin Wong will be leading the grid, followed closely by Sonny Poon on P2. All right. One nice thing to look at here, especially on race 2, you gotta watch for the pace of Francis Angelo Gonzalez. I don't know what is with race 2 in his style, but he improves big time on a race 2. So
Well, plenty of us know him as the smiling assassin. Like he's
yeah,
just there getting ready to pounce with a smile.
yep. Especially every position he gains, the bigger the smile, right? So
Yep.
man, if you guys want to know what we're talking about, put a face cam on him and let's see what happens. All right. Well, one day, actually, may tanong yung isang viewer. For it's actually a question for Daryl Brady. Will we have driver cameras for our drivers so we can see their reactions, see them in action?
You mean the cam from the drivers?
Yeah.
Maybe some next season. Try
Yeah.
natin implement.
There you go.
20 seconds remaining before green flag drops. Drivers are about to begin revving their engines. This is race 2 of round 3 of the GR86 Cup hosted by SRPH. The 6 red lights illuminate. Race 3 is a boogity. Let's go racing, boys! Clean start by Kelvin Wong, but let's see if somebody has a better start. Sunny Poon coming into the inside line of turn 1. Kelvin Wong opens quite a door there in turn 1. So that allows... oh wait, he holds on to P1, Kelvin Wong. So there is going to be quite a little bit of clutch there, but nothing too serious. Coming into the hairpin, let's see. Keep it clean, boys.
And keep it clean. Oh!
So far,
Whoa!
A little bit of archie parchy, a little bit of paint trade, but nothing too serious. Wait, I think we have an incident behind. Pak Hang, I think he got hit by someone. He's down to P17. I think there has been a major incident.
Ooh!
Whoa! Looks like I think the two VRS guys came together. I believe Roy and
Yeah, that was Roy or Alexis.
One of them is Roy, the other one is Alexis. I
Whoa,
believe.
whoa! What is going on? Oh no! Vic Nodalo was taken out
Vic
by
Nodalo, looks like
Gonzalez. Oh dear.
Looks like he got caught off guard there.
Oh man, that is nasty.
Somebody pulled into the line up ahead. He had nowhere to go.
Oh!
A little bit of contact there.
What the-
Careful. Oh, nice save there. Nice save by I think that was Aldo, was it? Or
It's Aldo
I'm not
Balagulan.
sure. Still a little bit
Ooh.
of contact there. I think Luis Dos Reyes is in the mix. That's his green and orange car. Quite a traffic jam there up ahead. A lot of those Veloce guys up ahead, like trying to battle for position. Roy, Riparip, Alexis Clapano, Aldo Balagulan, like they're stuck in traffic. I think is that Josh David?
Is it? Oh wait! Whoa! What the? Whoa! What is going on? Okay, hold on.
What just happened?
Hold on.
We have a little bit of a technical issue. We have it. Okay, what happened just there?
Okay, what happened just now?
Everybody disconnected. What happened just now? We lost stream. We
Alright,
lost
hold
the
on.
race footage. What
Hold on.
happened?
Hold on. Everybody clear.
What just happened?
That
Okay.
little hiccup here on the internet. Hold on.
Yeah, you're still on live.
Yep.
You're still live, yeah.
Is the race still ongoing?
There, yep,
Yes,
race
on-
is still ongoing. This is just on my end.
wait.
It's just on my end.
Yeah, it's on this end of internet issues. We always have that in Philippines.
And yeah,
What's new? Or maybe a cat like tripped over the wire.
I don't think so. No, it's both PCs were down for a good 3 seconds. Oh dear. Negligible, but it's all good.
Damn, and it was just getting interesting. Like the last thing I saw was the VRS guys are actually battling for position. I wasn't sure who was holding that train. I think Stanley Goles was in the mix as well.
Yes, he was actually one of them leading the train. Grabe.
Okay, so we are back in the action. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Oh, whoa, what happened to Alexis Clapano? He's down to P15. Roy Numer Rip up into P9. We have a battle here. Whoa, we have a train here. Who's leading this train? Is it Aldo? I'm not sure. Or okay, never mind. I think it's a timing bug. We have to wait for the drivers to cross the line and see what. Whoa. Luis De Los Reyes, Francis Gonzalez though. He's jumped to P12 coming from P8 or P7 on the starting grid. I think he got caught in a little bit of an action there while we were away.
That's right. And Vic Nodalo is actually keeping up with Francis Gonzalez.
But the biggest victim here could be Luis De Los Reyes because we saw him almost had half a spin earlier, but good save on it. He didn't completely spin the car. He's still in this race, but that cost him a lot of time, lots of positions. He's now dicing with Vic Nodalo for P13, while Francis Gonzalez and the pack up ahead, last of them, we've got Balagulan, Riparip, Goles, Modobila, Izon in the mix, and Izon's P11. I think he's also stuck in traffic, or maybe biding his time, just keeping it clean, taking care of his car so that he doesn't get too much damage.
There you go. This is the train you've been wanting to watch there, Luis.
Okay, so it seems Miko Ferrer is leading this train. The VRS guys are trying to get past Miko Ferrer as soon as they can, with Aldo trying to make the first move, followed by Roy Riparip on P8, Stanley Goles P9 holding up Zuriel Sumodobila on P10, David Eason and Luis De Los Reyes having a battle there. Looks like Luis De Los Reyes is on fire at the moment. He's up into P11, coming from P14 at the start of this lap, and now has his sights on Zuriel Sumodobila.
And Luis De Los Reyes is always the man to watch when it comes to dicing moments like this. It's just like that at P11. And check out this line, Luis, here, as he clears the stretch. Let's see how he sizes up Zuriel Sumudubila for turn 1.
Quite late braking there. 75 meters coming to turn 1, maybe a little bit earlier, but he knows Zuriel is being held up by Stanley
Was
Goles.
it easy?
Stanley Goles overcooks that corner. Zuriel is having a look coming into there. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Having a look at the hairpin inside of Zuriel, and he takes P10. Now he has his sights set on Stanley Goles and Miko Ferrer, the two white cars up ahead of him. What is he going to do on the high-speed sequence of corners coming up?
Man, this is a spicy moment right here, guys. Oh, attempting on the outside. Whoa, whoa.
Outside of Stanley Goles, but Stanley Goles
now on the inside.
Now he has the inside coming out of that corner.
Stanley Goles trying to maintain his position in his line.
Still side by side. Stanley Goles overcooks it. Luis De Los Reyes has to capitalize on this. Stanley Goles is still holding on for dear life right there, but Luis De Los Reyes has the momentum coming into the long backstretch before the final chicane. Luis De Los Reyes on the left side, momentum coming out of that corner. A little bit of argy-bargy with Stanley Goles there. Vic Nodalo in the mix. This is going to be tight, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on to your seats. This is going to be messy.
Grabe, this is, oh my god. Francis Gonzalez also on the mix, if you put it right
Pretty
here.
wide coming into the final chicane. And somehow they didn't get angled up with each other.
How do they do it? How do they do it like this? Man, this is, wow. Wow, nice control right there from Stanley Goles and Luis De Los Reyes. Kudos to you guys.
I thought for a second 3 wide coming into that last chicane. That could have been bad, but they pulled it off clean.
Galing,
But that,
grabe.
but that battling has allowed Stanley Goles to have a little bit of breathing room there. But
Nice.
now Luis De Los Reyes doesn't have really that much to worry about behind him. All he has now is Stanley Goles on his crosshairs and on slipstream range as well.
Nicely done there. Meanwhile, up in P5 and P6, Aldo Balagulan dicing with Joshua David Marquez.
The VRS guys are putting in the pressure on Joshua David Marquez right here. Joshua David Marquez, you can just imagine what's going on in his mind right now, seeing two VRS guys with
Two sim racers against a Carter there. Oh man.
Yeah, but Joshua David Marquez is hanging on really nicely there. He got some good defensive lines coming out of the corner, but now he has to worry about Aldo on his right side, on his slipstream range. Let's see how they will handle Sector 3, this technical high-speed section coming into the last chicane. What move is Aldo looking to make us? Joshua David Marquez, not really optimal exit speed right there, but still somehow hangs on to P5.
Galing ng...
Here comes Aldo having a look on the outside of David Marquez on turn 1. Are we looking at a switcheroo? Possibly. Aldo's now on the inside coming into the multiple apex corners.
Oh, and Balagulan takes it from the inside.
Balagulan inside. He takes P5. Nicely done there onto the multiple apex corners. Now it's Roy's turn to make a move, but let's see. Joshua David is not giving up without a fight here. He still has slipstream range on Aldo, and I think he kind of like a little bit too rough on the acceleration coming out of that hairpin. Loses a little bit of momentum compared to Aldo. Aldo with a cleaner exit at that hairpin, so he gets away quite cleanly. Oh, careful there. Roy Rip having a look at Joshua coming into these sequence of corners. 5 minutes remaining into this race. Joshua David overcooks a little bit of that corner. But
nice
now
save there by Roy Riparip.
Roy's on the right, having a look on the outside. Will he make it stick on the outside? No. Joshua David Marquez, really nice defending against Roy Riparip. Roy Riparip, a little bit of aggressive footwork coming out of that corner. Now he has to tuck in on the slipstream of Joshua David Marquez right here, coming into the penultimate sequence of corners. I expect Roy to make a move at the final chicane if he could just hook Joshua David Marquez. As I just said that, Joshua David Marquez, a little bit of understeer coming into that corner. Roy on the outside on the first part chicane, now switches to the
And
inside.
Marquez gets it coming into the stretch. P6.
Yeah, Roy had to give it because that was track limits there. If he took that position, that would have been looked into by the stewards.
And just like that, Luis de los Reyes keeps up after that mishap on the chicane right there.
Oh, he's coming in hot, ladies and gentlemen. Luis de los Reyes. What is he going to do with these two? Oh, he's already right there before we know it.
It's not over yet, boys. I'm still here, says Luis de los Reyes.
Luis de los Reyes opts for a late apex approach on that hairpin. Nice exit. He's side by side with Roy Ripper coming into the back stretch. And he's got momentum. He also has a slipstream coming from Joshua David Marquez up ahead. He has the inside side coming into this left sweeper, and he takes P7 just like that.
What the? Wow. Wow, man. Grabe. Nicely done there by Luis de los Reyes.
Like a hot knife through butter.
And meanwhile, another bout happening here between Kelvin Wong and Vincent Lorente, battling for P3.
Marcos Victor up to P2 right now, but wait, Sonny Poon has a 7-second lead up ahead. So.
7 seconds, dear lord, that is huge.
Yep, 7 seconds. I wonder what happened between these guys. Or maybe Sonny Poon, we know Sonny Poon had a good qualifying pace, so he was able to run away cleanly while everybody else was battling for position.
Meanwhile, leading that train from battling from P3 is actually Marcus Victa, rendering a time of 1:46.8.
And he's pulling away from Kelvin Wong.
Right, shout out to the Victa family who is watching right now. Shout out to you guys. And I believe the battle is still ongoing, even from the view of Vic Nodalo. The battle is still going. Rip down to P9, but still going.
I think we missed a move on Luis de los Reyes passing Joshua David Marquez for P6. He's now up at P6. 3 seconds behind Aldo Balagura, the next target. But we only have a minute and a half remaining in this race. Plus 1 lap, of course. So we expect maybe 2 laps.
Whoa, what the hell was that?
I think somebody, I'm not sure if it's Joshua or Vic Nodalo having a little bit of a network issue there.
What the hell was that?
I think Joshua's game froze for a split second there while Nodalo was right behind him, and that maybe momentary lag caused those two cars to morph into one and cause that whatever the heck was that.
Oh man, this is a domino effect of the games right here. So that brings Zuriel Sumunubila up to P11 and Alexis Clapano maintaining P9.
And that's just unfortunate for Joshua David Marquez and Vic Nodalo. I'm not sure what really happened there, but based on what we saw there, it looks like I'm not sure if Joshua's game froze and they morphed, and maybe nothing they could really have done about it. They just some technical issues, and that's part of racing.
It's just close right there.
And looks like the field is pretty much spread out at this point. Aldo Balagulan, quite a comfortable gap between him and Luis de los Reyes on P6 behind him. But now he has his sights on Vincent Lorente right up ahead of him. I think he'll make a move within the next few corners.
So one from Team VR is sandwiched between Team Arcadia right now, Luis. Yeah.
And the clock has reached 0, but this is not yet the last lap. The last lap will be the next lap. So all the drivers have 2 laps remaining, including this lap. And as I expected, Aldo Balagula is now right on the back bumper of Vincent Lorente. I think he's going to be able to make a move on the chicanes right up ahead. On the slipstream range, he just has to be careful not to overcook the left sleeper coming up ahead right about now. Vincent Lorente breaks a little. Good exit speed right there. Aldo just has to keep it clean on the chicane, have a good exit momentum there.
Whoa! Vincent
Stick on the
Lorente closes
slipstream.
the line.
Now he has to go for the outside because Lorente chooses the inside line to defend his position. Aldo Balagulan having a look on the outside, but he's looking for a switcheroo. Another switcheroo, probably.
Balagulan
still.
takes the inside.
Now he's on the inside of the multiple.
Oh, and
right-hander.
denied by Vincent
Wow.
Lorente. Oh no.
But he's still there.
Still there,
Aldo
oh.
Balagulan still. Now Aldo's on the outside coming
Alright,
to the
you can go
circuit,
wide.
but he's going for the late apex approach. Aldo Balagulan should have the exit speed coming into the backstretch on the slipstream range of Vincent Lorente.
Nice, nicely done there.
And this is the last lap of the race. Aldo now has to consider his moves coming into the last section of the track. And Aldo maximizing the inside line of that corner. Vincent Lorente defending the inside line, but Aldo has the better average speed coming out of that corner. He is going to take the inside line. Actually, he takes P4 before they even reach this corner right here.
Oh, little contact there.
Not really, but Aldo secures P4. Vincent Lorente just, I think, break too much in that corner. Aldo worked his way out the outside. Nice move by Aldo right there. And this is the last lap. Sunny Poon about to reach the final chicane.
That is a huge gap.
P1 for Sunny Poon and race
Sunny
2
Poon
of round
finishes at
3.
P1. Followed closely by Marcos Nicolo Victa at P2. Followed by Kelvin Wong and Aldo Balagulan. And Vincent Lorente, followed closely by Luis de los Reyes, P6. Meanwhile, for Roy Riparip, finish at P7. Stanley Goles at P8. Alexis Clapano at P9. Zuriel Sumundubila at P10. Francis Angelo Gonzalez at P11. Followed closely by Joshua David Marquez on P12. And Enzo Izon at P13. Nico Ferrer at P14. Young Pak Hang at P15. P16 for Vic Nodalo. And whoa, this is a new one. Suchia for P17.
Suchia with a French flag. Not sure who this guy is, but good to see him join us tonight. But I'm curious what happened to Enzo Izon. He wasn't able to pick up positions during this race, race 2. Did he get involved in an accident somewhere we didn't notice?
Man, that is a good question. I wonder what happened there, but I want to know what happened really between Joshua Marquez and Vic Nodalo. What happened there?
I think it could be a momentary game freeze on Joshua David Marquez's part. Like his game like froze a little, and then Vic Nodalo was still going, and then all of a sudden, bang! They flipped on they morphed into each other. That's all I could think of at the moment. Aldo Balagulan just kicking off a lot of gravel there.
Okay.
Anyway, it's unlimited gravel. It's
The fuel is free,
regenerates.
so ooh, all right. Okay.
Man, what a mix-up on race 2. We have Sunny Poon taking P1, Marcos Victa P2 after messed up race 1 earlier. Aldo Balagunan, I think has the best points coming out of this round. He finished no lower than P4 or P5, I believe. Vincent Lorente P5, Luis de los Reyes P6, Roy Ripari P7, Stanley Goles P8, Alexis Clapano with his 50-kilogram ballast at P9, and Zuriel Sumudabilan P10.
Nice.
Right. Okay.
What
so
a race, no?
what a race
Yeah, what a
indeed.
race. What a mix-up actually. Medyo nagkagulo sa sa gitna eh. Medyo, how should I say it? Unpredictable yung position. I was expecting Enzo Izon to climb from back of the grid to somewhere at least the top 5, pero hindi ko alam kung saan siya nadali.
Yeah. By the way, yep, we're gonna be loading the wheel of names in a second. So, grabe. Okay lang
And here we are.
quick race review muna tayo while we're loading the names. Would it be okay?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead. Man,
Okay.
I wanna get the thoughts of Daryl Brady on this. He's actually commenting on the chat. He's just laughing.
Hindi ko hindi ko ma-explain yung action on the Pro Series. Naka-mute lang ako eh. I'm just muted, but I was always shouting when there's something, gonna happen with the each pass or overtake.
We would
Parang
have loved. Sayang hindi namin nadinig para mas exciting yung stream.
Maybe next time on the next round we'll see.
Definitely.
I'll mute. Mag-unmute tayo. Pero yeah, good, super good race there with the guys.
Galing.
How about you,
talaga.
Luis?
Well, race 1 for the pro class, medyo predictable siya. Qualifying order is pretty much similar to the final race order. We have Enzo Izon taking P1 and then I think it was Aldo P2, I can't remember anymore. Pero medyo predictable pa si race 1 eh. Pero race 2 was quite of a mix-up. Ang dami nangyari sa mid-pack and there were some scrambling for positions, particularly in laps 1 and 2. Lap 1 actually, dun sa the last sector, we saw Luis de los Reyes almost having a major spin coming out of the double right-hander coming into the long stretch. Pero he saved it and got into P6. Aldo Balagulan just kept it clean, made his moves well calculated, moving up to P4, coming from middle of the pack. Marcus Victa, nicely done on his race 2, finishing in P2. Sunny Poon, I think qualifying kasi hindi qualifying he was able to qualify P2 I believe, but he had an incident at race 1 and he was able to make up for it on race 2, so nicely done. But the battle in the mid pack was just crazy between Roy Riparip, Stanley Goles, I believe also sino ba yung isa, dami nila dun actually. So yeah, dun sa train na yun, that was pretty much how race 2 panned out. And that's the beauty of reverse racing. You really have to just time your overtakes and calculate your overtakes properly, because if you make a bad move, like you make contact with the cars ahead, it might just cost yourself in the race as well.
Right. Grabe. How a split-second decision and a move can actually change the entire thing.
What I'll never forget about race 2 is that 3 wide between Luis de los Reyes and the 2 VRS guys and Stanley Goles in the mix. Coming into the last chicane, I still don't understand how they got through that cleanly. That could have been bad, pero they pulled it off. Bravo to those guys who were racing in that part earlier.
Grabe. I am lost for words and excited actually for those guys to be back on round 4, no? So, all right. So, I believe we can transition to our wheel of names on your signal, Daryl Brady.
Okay, let's go.
Alright.
Pwede mo rin i-show yung price. Meron tayong sample photo.
Oh, we have a
I
photo.
sent it to you.
Oh,
I sent
okay.
it to you on Facebook.
Okay, let's see it. Oh dear Lord. Okay, sige. Let me just switch the stream first, then we can get to here. So can you guys see it right here? Can you see the wheel of names?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
The viewers, I don't know.
We can see on the phone.
Okay. So basically, the signed picture will be this. So I don't know if you can
Wow.
see it right there, but that is the price.
Oh, you gotta have that on the frame.
And it's up to you na lang to choose the frame. But man, I want this thing, man. But sadly, di tayo pwede sumali. But that's okay. I'm gonna be counting on the winner for this one. So, okay. Before we actually spin the wheel, now, how many times should we shuffle this thing? This is actually on order from Facebook. So, do we-
I'd say 5 times would do.
Five-
Shuffle it five
five
times, and
times?
then we go.
okay. Okay, we shall do it. So that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There we
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Shall we hit the spin? Shall we do it? Shall we?
Go.
All right, let's do it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Who is it gonna be? And that's going to be.
You are joking.
Earl Oliver Kahilig. Congratulations.
Grabe. Shout out to you, Earl Kahilig. Nanalo na nga ng Race 2 sa AM class and you got a prize from Ribbon Arc Motorsports. Grabe, it's right here. So, grabe, mag-uusap na lang siguro sila ni Bossing, no?
Mag-usap na lang, yeah.
Yep. Grabe.
Swerte. Lahat
Swerte.
ata ng swerte today na kay Earl, eh, no?
Grabe.
Actually, Earl really did a good race today on the. I believe it was the AM class. No, really,
Yep.
really good pace from him on both races. Although involved a little bit of a few incidents, pero good pace from him. Congrats to him on the prize and good race from him on round 3.
Grabe. Congrats to the drivers who won today and looking forward to round 4, no? So I believe do we have a preview for what's going to happen on round 4?
Yes, on round 4, that will be next week, same, October 10, Tuesday. And then it will be on, ano nga, ayan. It will be on Sebring Raceway.
Ooh.
Wow, what a track, Sebring.
Sebring.
Sebring tayo. Then that will be still 15 minutes. Maybe we'll add maybe 1 minute, pero we'll see. But yeah, good track for round 4.
Medyo mahaba-haba si Sebring, so I think
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
we can add maybe 5 minutes or less.
You can ask the community as well if they want more time because grabe, they always want more time, don't they?
Yep.
Anything can happen eh. Grabe, di natin alam kung sinong mananalo for this round or the next one, pero grabe, the thrill of not knowing is actually what we come here for. So, grabe, nice one. Congratulations once again. And by the way, just like you give a special thanks to our sponsors before we actually end our stream. So, thank you so much to Sim Racing PH, DBGP, Eastside Collective, 7-Star Garage, Sim Magic, SIM² Premier, Pinky Parts PH, Ribbon Arc Motorsports, Soul Exhaust, Sunday Bites, Unknown PH, E-Motorsports, D4 Graphics, Dominado E-Motorsports Rally, Overboost Racing, and SkyeDRV. So, massive shout out to you guys and thank you. And I would like to give a special thanks to my co-commentator who is on stream today, Luis Moreno. So,
Thanks,
man,
Luis.
thank you.
It's a pleasure and it was fun, grabe. I mean,
You're a
ngayon lang ako
natural, Luis.
yeah, ngayon lang ako shoutcast, in the gaming terms, shoutcast ulit after I think 3 years, and it's good to be doing this again.
Grabe. Looking forward to the next one where you're commentating as well. Kasi grabe, you got a lot of shout outs, especially on the SRPH chat, no?
Thank you guys. Shout out sa mga nag-comment on the SRPH stream and Dominado E-Motorsports Rally stream, wherever you are watching. Sa mga nag-comment, thank you very much. I didn't really get to see them because I was focused on the racing action, but yeah, thank you sa mga bumate and looking forward to see you guys again soon. I think many of us will be going shameless plug PMX, I believe. Not that far away.
That's right.
That's right. And then, oh, wait.
Go
We
ahead.
have someone here. Our boss. Once Mobius, Ribbon Arc Motorsports.
Good
Yes.
They
evening.
want to say something.
Good luck sa inyo.
that that voice is that Quattro?
Look. Yeah, it is. But
Yes.
I'm not sure if he's sleepy at the moment.
I'm always sleepy, man.
I just woke
Ah.
Oh, you just woke
hello,
up.
Elise. Is that
Hi,
Elise?
Elise.
Is that Elise?
Guys, how are you?
Hello.
Congrats kay Luis.
Yeah,
Yan.
Luis,
No?
Thank you,
congrats.
thank
So
you.
Yeah.
awesome.
Be.
All
When
right.
are you flying? Wait, is this being
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's still in November 29. We're flying November 29. The World Finals is at December 1.
Ooh,
Wow.
excited? Are you excited?
Yeah, excited, but there's still a little bit of things to settle before that actually happens. Sana maayos, pero yeah, hoping for
I
the
think that's
best.
the easy part. That's the easy part.
Sana,
Yeah.
no fuzz.
Mm. Well, good luck.
Nice.
Make us proud.
Thank you. Will do my best.
And I'm
All right.
excited for you,
I
man.
think
I'm
that's it.
excited for you to take Spain for this one. Galing.
España.
España.
Grabe. All right. So round 4 will be on the same time, Tuesday next week. So Sebring, and I believe there are some drivers, or actually there are some viewers who actually want to be drivers. No, I believe there are some chats here. I believe I'll defer this to Daryl Brady, the man himself, who stood
Oh
out.
yeah, you can still join the round 4 onwards. It's okay if you are latecomers. Yeah, ano ba to? Just be on the driver's briefing on the race day so we can discuss some details on the race, and then you're good to go. And then don't forget to practice.
That's right. That's right. It's a week, guys, so that's more than it's a lot of time actually to get going, to get practiced, and man, looking forward to more racing action, especially on the next round. Grabe. All right, so I believe we can end the stream for this one. So, any last plugs before we conclude the stream, guys?
See you next week. Sebring. GR86 Sim Racing page.
All right, all right. And also, just a quick shout out. Looking forward to the Philippine Motorsport Expo that's happening next weekend. So, October 14 and 15 in Blue Bay Walk. Don't miss it. There will be simulators right there, and a lot of prizes to those who join. All right, I won't be giving much details right now, but approaching the days itself will unveil the sim racing challenges that will take place on that event. All right, so more soon. So thank you everyone, and also special thanks to you, Daryl Brady, for this opportunity for me to actually help you guys on the stream. So
Thanks also, guys. Thanks, Luis. Thanks, Yanu. And then
Thank
thanks all the
you, thank
drivers
you.
who are involved.
right, and also special shout out to Ribbon Arc, to Quattro and Elise, no? Shout out to you guys. Grabe,
Thank you.
ang ganda ng price.
Bigyan mo daw siya.
Inggit ako eh. Okay lang. Okay lang. Kay Earl yan. It's for him. Sige. Alright. So, that's all for now, guys. See you on round 4. That'll be Tuesday, same time. Bye for now. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.